Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Claiborne. So I just got off work and I kind of want to unwind with some Barbie talk. So anyway, y'all know I'm like redoing these little Barbies that my husband got for me at an auction. And this is, well, I forget what her name is, Megara, something like that. She's from Hercules. Okay, so check out her hair. It's like, okay, this is really nothing. You know, some conditioning, washing, conditioning, combing, boa washing, nothing. All right, so this one will be fun, and I can't wait to like style her hair. But now, this is, it's all about hair Barbie. From 1991, I believe she was sold until around 1994. This is the most sold Barbie ever. There were 10 million units sold, and this Barbie marked a change in hair length. So it's all about hair Barbie. Barbie's hair was sort of shoulder length to, maybe a little longer than shoulder length. There was never long-haired Barbies. It wasn't until after this Barbie, whose hair went to her feet, that Barbies started coming with much, much longer hair. This looks like stray dog on the streets for 3 or 4 years. This is horribly matted. Now she had bunches of rubber bands around it. And I have no idea if this can in any way be saved. I have no idea if it's salvageable or not. So I'm just going to do my usual treatment. And at the end, what I do love about her though is, look, she's got the earrings, she's got the dress, she's got the ring. She doesn't have the shoes, but they're just plain blue pumps. I didn't realize this was a dress. I thought it was a top. But when I looked at her in box, this is her whole dress. So she has everything that she came with, except the hair accessories. There were five of them, and the little bottle of Dep hair gel, and the coupon for mom to buy Dep hair gel, DEP Dep, and a style booklet. So can you imagine? It's this long of Barbie hair with some styling gel and a bunch of hair accessories. Girls were encouraged to style up her hair. Well, yeah, after a while this is like sheepdog that needs to go to the vet, like one of them rescued dogs, where they shave 40 pounds of matted hair off of them. That's kind of what she's got going on. I have no clue. I would love to save her hair, and then after that, crimp it back to the way it should be. But I have no clue at all. All right, I'm just gonna work on her over the next, I don't know, this doll will probably take a month, but I'll keep you all posted. So one thing that I can see is that it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So all I'm doing is spraying her hair with water to get it damp, and then I put this really thick coconut Head and Shoulders conditioner in it, and then I'm just squeezing that conditioner down into all of this matted parts. I just literally just squeeze it. And then this comb that I'm using is perfect, because it's just one, what's it called? It's just one point, instead of trying to use a wide tooth comb, which would pull out way too much hair. And it's actually, as long as I just go through and like pick it out like that and chase the knot down the strands, and then I hold it up here and do it, it's coming out not, I wouldn't say easy. Like, I've been working on this for 10-15 minutes, but you can tell like it's probably going to get done. Like, I didn't know if it would, but it's probably going to get done. I can still see some of the old crimping in here, so we're going to totally straighten out her hair and then recrimp it. This is just really relaxing for me. Things have gotten better for me at work, but I realize that everybody has their issues and stuff at work, so I just kind of roll with the punches now. but still I want to unwind, you know, when I get home. And this is just what I do. I'm not big on television or whatever. So, and I do read, but this is just, I find this very relaxing. It's, you know, I'm not somebody who likes meditation because it makes me think about my breathing and I get freaked out. I just like doing this. I just find it very meditative and focused. You know, it helps me focus. And in the end, there will be, you know, a nice product, a nice Barbie. Told Barbie, just lay here and relax. Don't worry about anything. I'm going to take care of her. And I'm only going to work on one section at a time. Well, it took about 45 minutes, I'd say, but I can get this pick all the way through it now. So, and I've even gotten this comb through it. So I don't want to tug and pull on it. So I'll have 2 sections left, and then this side's done. Barbie said she was ready for a break, and I am too. So we're just going to let her dry tonight, and then if I feel like it, I'll start working on her again tomorrow night. Okay, it's been a very harrowing day, no pun intended, but I needed some serious Barbie therapy tonight. So I finished combing out this doll's hair. These are kinetic fibers from what I'm learning. I shouldn't apply too hot of water to this hair or these fibers. And also I've been referring to this doll as It's All About Hair. Actually, I believe she was called Totally Hair. Okay, so there's that. She still has some knots. You can see a little bit of her original crimping, teeny tiny amount left of her original crimping. I lost this, or I should say she lost this much hair. So I think I'm going to do like a boil wash on her, but it's not going to be all that hot. So I'm going to set my kettle for maybe a little bit less than boiling and just dunk her hair in there ever so briefly and see if we can get some smoothing of these fibers. Okay, so that's just one dunk, and you can kind of see where those fibers are a little more glossy now. And a gentle comb out, and I think I'm going to let her hair dry over here on this towel tonight, and we're going to let Barbie rest, and then tomorrow I'll come back and tackle it again. So here we are out in the spa. This doll's from the 90s, so she's got big bangs, right? So you can see her hair. It came out really shiny and pretty. It's detangled all the way through. It smells amazing because I use that Head & Shoulders coconut deep conditioning cream. So she smells wonderful. I haven't given her body a bath yet. I'm going to do that. And she has a bowed leg. So I'm reading up now on how to fix that. I want to get, you know, this mark off of her. She also has the toes and one little finger problem. But you know what? We're going to do what we can do. She's got the big bangs, right? And I can remember my girls wearing their bangs like this. And my brother, their uncle, actually teased them and said it looked like they had licked the syrup off their plate after breakfast and got syrup in their hair. As they'd use about a quarter of a can of hairspray to get those bangs up like that. But we don't want her bangs straight up. They're meant to be like folded over a little bit and pretty. But you can tell there's some fuzziness going on in here. So I'm going to have to boil wash this and set it. And that's, I think, the last thing that we have to do with her hair until I can get to Walmart, hopefully, and find a crimper. Because nobody at work had a crimper. Everybody's got flat irons, but nobody of this decade has a crimper. And we need to put that crimp back in her hair. So that's going to be a challenge in of itself. So in the meanwhile, she's going to be sitting here in the salon. And this poor girl needs to unwind. Her hair was up in those bands for I don't know how long. But I had her scalp all pulled tight and everything. So I'm going to let her relax with some 90s nostalgia. She's going to read Bridget's Diary. She's going to listen to some Nirvana and Pearl Jam over here on the boombox. We have Strawberry Melon Candle burning. And then Pearl the kitty cat. Nothing makes you quieted down as faster than petting a sleeping cat on your lap. Okay, so we're going to let her do all this. In the meanwhile, I'm also going to repair her dress. She has a little rip in it. And this is that stretch knit fabric, so it's very hard to repair. I wish I had some fabric tape. If I can find some fabric tape, I'm going to fix her dress with that and wash the dress and fix it. And I did make, with the help of my husband, he helped me put together a new kit for Barbie, since we still haven't found the old one. So it's got all the supplies I need. I don't have any perm rolling papers, but I do have tissue paper. I have toothpicks, I have straws, I have bobby pins, I have everything needed down in here, and a rat tail comb. So I'm going to boil wash her bangs and roll it back and see if we can get this straight and then curved backwards. Okay, so we've given Barbie a bath, and I used this, it's by Bolero. It's a gentle body wash, but it's got little pieces of pineapple extract in it, so it gives a good scrub. And the most important thing is when you're cleaning Barbies like this, it's their points of articulation. You want to make sure that they're moving freely. So especially being careful of her head with anything you do with her head, because that neck peg can become damaged or even broken so easily, and she can get wobble head. But wherever she articulates, you want, so I don't usually like scrub up here around her head, but anywhere neck and down. So anywhere she articulates, you want to make sure it's free moving, that there's no oil or debris in those areas. There's no squeaks, there's nothing resistant like that. Okay, and then to repair like her bent leg, if you can see that, can you tell how it bends out right here? We want that to come back in. So we're going to heat up that vinyl. This is vinyl and plastic. And I set my water kettle at French press. And it's a little bit hot, but Barbie's going to go in for just a couple of minutes. Are you ready, Barbie? I know. Don't scream. Oh, lower her down in stages. And then we're just going to let that vinyl and plastic heat up for a minute. And meanwhile, you'll want to get some accordion folded paper towels and some elastic bands. And then we'll wrap her leg. So we're going to give her, I don't know, 2-3 minutes in this hot spa. We're not going to talk about how long the hair is on her legs, because we don't want to embarrass Barbie any more than she's already been traumatized. And then we'll let her sit for just a couple of minutes and heat up that vinyl, and then we'll take her out and wrap her legs. Okay, that feels nice and pliable now. It's only been about a minute. So I'm going to quickly wrap her legs and show you how I wrap them. Okay, we have the cast on her legs, and now I'm going to dip her hair into that same hot water. This back part, no, but the bangs, we need to recurl her bangs. So I just want this part of the hair in the boil wrap, or boil water, which it's still pretty hot. And we just want this part in there. Okay, so I did that just long enough to get the hair's attention. I have to work really quickly, so I need to trim some of these fuzzies off, and then I'm going to use some tissue paper and some magic and roll her hair. All right, I hope that you can see this is kind of simple. It's just the tissue paper holds the ends, and then it's wrapped on one piece of straw, and then the second piece of straw has a slit and just fits over the first piece of straw, just like a roller. And then I use the rubber bands around both ends to secure it in place. And then she'll sit like that overnight. Meanwhile, I'll fix her dress. And her legs will cool, and by morning, we can unwrap her legs. Sorry about the noisy fan, but now Barbie and the freshly washed dress are going to sit in front of the fan now for several hours overnight probably. I won't be able to get a crimper until tomorrow. And her dress, I'm talking through a fan, Her dress was washed with Aveeno baby shampoo so that it kept the colors vibrant. Now I just need to get some thread and fix that part of her dress. And then we'll take her hair down tomorrow and crimp it. Alrighty, I searched high and low for a crimper everywhere except online. And by the time I'd pay for shipping and probably only use a crimper one time, I just opted to invent the bobby pin method. So I just separated the hair out into 5 sections, 5 even sections, and I'm just using the crimpy side of the bobby pin, going back and forth like that. And then we'll just dunk her in hot water and let this set overnight. Well, it's the next morning and she sat under the fan all night, and I just took the pins out, and you can see beautiful, soft, shiny, lovely crimped hair, and she got a really nice curl. So I'm going to style it up and show you the final. Okay, the final. So the dress was fixed using that tape. You can see there on the seam. It's just sticky side towards the fabric, and I had to run it all the way down because this is stretch knit and it was unraveling, and so that had to be fixed. I gave her these shoes because I couldn't find any blue pumps. And her hair, I'm very proud of her hair. She is totally hair. So that's how she turned out. Very pretty waves. And fully restored, totally hair Barbie. Ooh, she was a tough one. Every doll after this is going to be compared to this one. But I'm very happy with the way she turned out. She got some big hair. But actually, in the end, I was glad I didn't use an electrical crimper. I think it would have maybe done more damage even to the hair. And now her hair is just so soft and free-flowing. I got one little wonky crimp over here, but we're not going to talk about that. And there she is. So what will happen with this doll? I'm not sure. For a while, I'm just going to put her up. She's not going to go with the rest of my dolls. Her hair is just too easily tangled. She's really just part of a collection. She's an icon because she did change the length of hair. She was the first with the super long hair. And so she's just basically part of someone's collection. Whether she stays in my collection or moves on, I'm not sure yet. But I'm glad that she kept her jewelry. I'm glad we were able to save that dress. When I washed the dress, the colors came out so vibrant and pretty. She's just overall a very attractive doll. And it's time for me to move on now to Megara. Thanks for joining me for this Barbie restore, and I hope that you'll come back. I know it's been a really long video, and I'm going to clip it off here. Much, much love. Many blessings.